So, the egocentric demands of Azimio to audit the previous 2022 polls, which in my considered opinion, I strongly believe that they were free, fair, transparent and verifiable. Most importantly, underline the word Raila lost. So yesterday, the National Dialogue Committee unveiled the final report, which recommended that, first of all, the extension of presidential election petition period from 14 days to 21 days. And secondly, today Raila Odinga is obviously waking up to this article from The Star, the headline written in bold, which says that hot potato, talks team okays 2022 polls audit. It proceeds to say that the evaluation of election results could open old wounds on who won the disputed elections. Of course, all these are matters to do with the forensic audit of the previous 2022 general elections. And there's this famous African proverb which says in Swahili language, nguruwe hujikaanga na mafuta yake. Meaning of this is that Raila Odinga strongly thinks that this move is actually a big win for the Azimio La Umoja Alliance, because Raila Odinga up to date believes that the final results of the previous 2022 general elections were manipulated by the Venezuelans and also by the foreign mercenaries, which it is not true. And that is why, in my considered opinion, ladies and gentlemen, there must be rules before the auditing of the previous polls, so that if it turns out to be true that actually Raila Odinga lost the previous elections to President William Ruto, Raila Odinga must first of all concede defeat, and secondly, Raila Odinga must apologize to all Kenyans for the violence, the mayhem, and the demonstrations that Raila Odinga caused. Majority of Kenyans lost their properties. The properties of innocent Kenyans were vandalized. Majority of young youths lost their lives during the demonstrations that Raila Odinga conducted. But in this particular analysis here, I just want to explain to you the factual details on how this is actually sad news for Raila Odinga, and why Raila Odinga by now, he must be very angry at Kalonzo Musyoka and Kimani Ichungwa deal that was obviously opposed to Raila Odinga's demands. And for example, let me just read for you some of the response that I'm getting from Azimio La Umoja Alliance supporters and leaders, which clearly indicates that Azimio supporters and leaders are very much angry and very much bitter at Kalonzo Musyoka for accepting this particular decision here to audit the previous 2022 polls. There's this person here who says that, let me just show you on the screen. Kalonzo Musyoka is very weak, wimpy, and indecisive man. I strongly believe that he has been compromised by the liars to sign a raw deal. He can't be president of a troubled nation, Kenya. There's this another comment which says, Kalonzo Musyoka is very disappointing. And I want you also to take your time and just read the comments that I'm showing you on the screen, just to show you how the Azimio supporters and leaders are very much angry with this particular decision here. But before I go straight into the deeper details of this analysis, if you're watching me up to this point and you haven't subscribed, I'm just requesting you to please take a second or two and subscribe here. You can also give this video a thumbs up. If you give this video a like, YouTube will automatically recommend this channel and this video to reach out to others. To my returning subscribers, I really want to appreciate you also for your continued support. Without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. You can also automatically receive the notifications updates from YouTube itself every time I upload a video on this channel by simply pressing the notification bell. Just activate the notification bell and you will automatically be receiving the notifications immediately I post a video on this channel. Having said that, Now let us go straight into the details. In my considered opinion, Kalonzo Musyoka accepting the audit of the previous 2022 polls is actually bad news for Raila Odinga, in that it will expose Raila Odinga's lies over the IEBC whistleblower. If you can still remember very well, according to Raila Odinga's whistleblower, made it very clear that Raila Odinga had won the previous elections with a total of 8.1 million votes against William Ruto's 5.9 million votes. There's this also African proverb that says that mchimba kisima huingia mwenyewe. Therefore, if it turns out not to be true about the whistleblower issues that Raila Odinga talked about, it will be a total embarrassment for Raila Amolo Odinga. And I don't think if he can still ever win the trust from his Azimio la Umoja Alliance supporters ever again. Secondly, it is actually sad news for Raila Odinga over the reflection of the 2027 general elections. I strongly believe that Raila Odinga will still be on the ballot in the year 2027 general elections. If Raila Odinga will actually be defeated again in that particular elections, it will be a total embarrassment for Raila Odinga. And I don't think if he will complain about the 2027 general elections, he will be heard again by his supporters. Raila Odinga will actually lose. So basically, what I'm trying to say here is that Raila Odinga will basically lose the trust that he had from his fanatical fans, the Azimio la Umoja Alliance supporters, who are ready to do everything to sacrifice their lives for Raila Odinga. In that, they will come to realize that Raila Odinga has been taking them for granted, because the truth will actually be unveiled. So let us wait and see how things will turn out to be. And finally, the audit of the previous 2022 polls will actually humiliate and embarrass Raila Odinga and the former head of state Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta even more, because it will reveal that William Ruto is always ahead of these two individuals. I also strongly believe that after this audit, forensic audit of the previous 2022 polls, William Ruto will now shine, because even those who had doubted his previous win, they will actually believe in him. What can you say about all these issues? What can you say about the final report of the National Dialogue Committee on matters to do with the forensic audit of the previous 2022 general elections? Let me also know your thoughts, your views and your opinions in the comment section down below. Otherwise, I don't have much. Thank you so much for listening to me, but please don't forget